So are free nights and weekends or free nights plans, electricity plans worth it in the state of Texas? It's definitely one of the popular options a lot of people ask about. I've been in the industry for 10 years, or actually well beyond 10 years. And it's kind of a newer development that actually you can really slay it with. You can do really well with it, but you can also kind of lose big with it. So, first of all, let's check out something here. Let me share my screen and, just kind of share with you what exactly we're hopefully taking advantage of, which is the daily usage pattern. This is what electricity companies are trying to minimize, is this curve that goes up every day between, essentially largely noon and 6 p.m. Is the highest usage part of every day on average. And the more that they can shift usage to those off-peak hours, the better it is for everybody. Bottom line is, from an electricity purchasing standpoint, electricity is essentially free overnight. And so, by offering the same to you as an incentive to shift that demand, it's beneficial to everyone, especially the environment. I mean, because what has to get produced every day for electricity is at that very peak part of the day. We're at the very top of the curve. So they have to produce enough electricity 24/7 based on that peak. It doesn't matter that you don't use that much at night. It still has to be produced. It just goes to waste, because electricity can't be, turned on and off. Generation can't be turned on and off, at the snap of fingers. It's just not the way it works. No form of generation works like that. I mean, there's some things called peaker plants that you can turn on and off relatively quickly, but it's not even like that. So it's really beneficial for everybody to shift the usage, and that's what the free nights and weekends or free nights plans are about. So, the basic concept is simple. You pay nothing in those off-peak hours, say 9 p.m. to 6 a.m., and then you pay, a noticeably higher rate for the other times of the day. Average the two together, and your overall average rate is going to be in the same range as most other plans. The difference is where you can come out really far ahead or really far behind is your usage pattern. So, taking a look at this usage pattern, the question is, are you the type that can shift your usage pattern to those lower peak parts of the day, right? And, you may or may not be able to, but there's 3 specific examples that I can think of that actually you'd come out way ahead. The first one is actually pretty cool. If you've got an electric car, you got a Tesla or otherwise, if you're not paying for gas and you're not paying for electricity, if you're charging your car overnight, the slow charge at home. First of all, by the way, side note, superchargers charging during the day is literally it's completely counterproductive from an environmental benefit standpoint, because if you're charging your car during the day, during peak time, all you're doing is contributing to raising that peak level of production that electricity has to get generated at. It's completely a negative for the environment. The only way that the electric cars are a benefit is if you're charging during off-peak hours, period. No one tells you that, but it's the absolute truth. I'll do another video on that sometime. So being on this plan, though, if you've got an electric car and you're charging overnight, you're not paying for gas and you're not paying for electricity, that's where you can come out way ahead. That's huge. Second situation is for those people who, keep a consistent schedule and can adjust their major appliances, regardless of, your work habits or whatever. If you are the type of person that, consistency is kind of one of your things. It's like, okay, I'm going to plan my day around certain things. And you can schedule your dishwasher to run after 9 p.m. or just wait before you go to bed and turn it on, right? During the free electricity period. And the same with your, dishwasher or laundry washer and dryer. If you can use those after 9 p.m., those 3 appliances right there are the biggest variable of usage in your home or apartment, next to your HVAC, which again is another thing where if you are the consistency, you've got a Nest or other type of smart thermostat, you can really take advantage of some of the newer technology there to, adjust your usage when you're gone, so that you're not, during the day, Not only are you're shifting your usage to the nighttime, but you're also reducing your usage during those peak hours where you're paying a little bit more to get the free rate during the evenings. So that's the second situation, is the combination of consistently changing your usage patterns. And the third are just for those people whose natural lifestyle every day, mainly with a job situation, right? Where maybe you work the second shift from noon to 9 p.m. and you very rarely ever do anything in the mornings, or you're always gone in the mornings, or you're always sleeping, or whatever, where you're just naturally, you don't use much between 9 a.m., 6 p.m., or 6 a.m., 6 p.m., or whatever that usage period is, right? Typically they're 6 a.m. to 9 p.m.-ish or something like that. So if you're in one of those three situations, you can come out way ahead and actually just slay it on this plan. It's almost not fair, actually. By default, you should go for that. But if not, the best plan is probably just to stick with a fixed rate plan to start, to just see what your usage is like, and then start monitoring it and see, okay, well, if I shift my usage, maybe test it. Here, this week, I'm going to test this and see how much usage I can shift. Most companies, have an app, monitor your usage. We certainly do. Certainly recommend, having good data in anything you do. But that's it. That's the free nights and weekends plan. That's how they work. That's how you can take advantage of it. But I personally think, honestly, even though this plan generally, I don't recommend it, especially for a new person. Because it typically works against you unless you can fall into one of those three categories. But honestly, from an environmental standpoint, I actually believe that there should be some type of perk. This is my plea to people that are in positions of influence. Give some kind of benefit for people to shift their usage, even if they're not on that specific plan, because that is what's beneficial to everyone. So that's all I've got. Hope that helped in your, sort of research into the free nights electricity plans in Texas. They can be great. You just got to make sure it's going to be great for your situation. So good luck in your search. Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe. If there's any help that I can do that I didn't answer in this video, I'd be happy to help you out.